JMats here, GenerationD20.com, uh, giving you my latest iteration of the Living End modern deck. Uh, Cascade spells into Living End to bring back all the cards that you've cycled. This is a 4-player event, so at least I'll get 4 rounds, even if I'm beat to the ground in round 1. 61 players, a lot more than you typically get in a modern event, so must be a lot of people kind of gearing up for the coming season of Pro Tour qualifiers. And that, unfortunately, is a mulligan for sure. But that's a keeper. I have 2 land, close to getting to that. This guy's a nice little trick I've added because I've seen a lot of token decks out there. So no, I don't want a mulligan, and I'm on the draw, so I'll actually have another card. Seeing a Living End in hand is unfortunate. Always want those still in the deck, but while unfortunate, it is not unthinkable. And seeing that he's playing black-blue does not make me happy. This makes me think he's probably playing like the fairy deck that's out there, which is not a good matchup for my deck. Okay, here I think probably my best bet is to use the Monstrous Carabid, cycle that, exactly for that reason. Since I got another Monstrous Carabid, I can cycle it as well. Otherwise, the Weaver, you pay 2 to get it. It just showed me that he has a Mana Leak, which is not a happy thought for my Living End combo, but it just means I'll have to be more creative in working my way into getting it cast. And in the meantime, I may have to use the Sulfur Elemental as a bit of a beatdown creature. And then again, the other thing is, he may, sometimes I get such deep-rooted hate for the Fulminator Mage that he may try to counter it. So I think I'll lead out with that now that I have the Violent Outburst. Even if I can get Fulminator Mage out and get him to a point where he thinks he has up enough mana and I can destroy it or something. That's unfortunate. And he got another Watery Grave, so he's going to be in good shape for land. Okay, he's just passing. Here, I think I probably want to cycle those 2, but I'm going to wait it out and see if he gives me a better option. Also, potentially I could Sulfur Elemental. Now he's getting enough mana that he should be able to start doing some shenanigans. Okay. So I guess we just tempt him to equip that. If he doesn't, we can cast this guy. I could Violent Outburst on spec. I think I want a double cycle. I don't think the cards in hand are the answer just yet. Sulfur Elemental, if he attacks in with Dark Confident, has equipped it. It can't be countered. It just gives me something else that I do not have. I would be curious to see. Well, that might have been my chance. When he triggered it, what did he have? Probably has Spell Pierce or something like that. But if while that was still on the stack, I went for the Violent Outburst, potentially could have gotten it to go off. Still risky going for it, but I think it's going to be too late anyway, because he's already triggered that ability. Who knows what it is he's doing or thinking. Lost connection to the game. That's what he's doing or thinking. So he's going to be back, and then he's going to beat me. The Violent Outburst potentially would be worth it if I had triggered it. Just because if he can counter it as is, he's going to be able to counter it later too. If he has I think it's Spell Pierce. If he's able to cast, and we're still waiting for him to return. Guess I'm just going to pause it. You guys really don't need to listen to me wonder, and I'll come back when he comes back. Okay, despite holding control to try to get priority on that, it did not allow me to take priority, which was pretty disappointing in my mind. Okay, so I'll swing with that guy. And Sulfur Elemental is my surprise. We'll see whether he has an answer for the Sulfur Elemental. And of course he does. won't be able to block. He's going to get to untap all of his land. It's just an ugly situation. So I might as well kill something while we're at it. Okay, so short of drawing a demonic dread, discard something. Sure, why not? Okay, I can cycle for 2. I have more than one counter spell in hand for sure, but if I'm able to do it as a bit of a surprise, or if he gets overzealous with his pre-attack tappings. So at this point, I might as well cast it and force him to counter. Getting rid of living end is no big deal. Here goes nothing again. I might as well do it now, because if I don't get it, I lose anyway. If I do get it before he draws a counter, well, then I get it. I think he has a counter in hand, and it's game over for me, but sure enough, another Mono Leak. And that's time to concede. Another one on the way. Okay. So against his deck, what's going to be the best against his deck? The ley lines, because he's going to target my hand. Beast Withins as kind of surprises. Sulfurs. Get rid of the Jungle Weavers. Maybe get rid of a ley line. He doesn't have that many creatures to worry about. Get rid of a couple architects. Get rid of one more sulfur. Okay. We'll try that. I don't know if it's good, bad, or otherwise, but yes, we want to play first. And no, I'll actually get 3 cards before I would have to put down another land. If I get another land down, then I'm at 4. Definitely have him on a short clock. If I can Fulminator Bage and maybe surprise Beast Within at the end of turn into a Demonic Dread. Now that's also assuming he has not sideboarded in something like Relic of Prodiginous or whatever, and is going to do mean things to me. I think probably Monstrous Carabid is what I want to start with. And because I can't think of a land, I got short of a swamp. I wouldn't be able to get the other one. The dead shot. And then we'll have to see next turn. If I don't get a land in these 2 cards I'll get. Decide what to pitch next time. He's looking for his counters. He knows that's what he needs to stay in the game against this deck. I like that too. So now we're at a point where I could potentially Violent Outburst, end of his turn, Demonic Dread on my turn, if he played a creature. I don't know if he will or if he won't. Okay, going for the Thoughtseize, which is okay. Probably getting rid of the Violent Outburst if I had to guess. But I'm at a point where I can potentially lock him down a little bit. I can at least try. Just get a forest. Use the Fulminator Mage to destroy his land. See if we can get ahead this way. This gives me... Do I think he has a Spell Pierce? Do I have a better chance of getting around it next turn? That's kind of where I'm at. Do I feel like putting all my eggs in one basket? He knows I have it, so I'm going to assume he's playing around it. And he's going to reveal nothing. I'll get in for 1. And I want to cycle. Best case scenario would be cycle into a violent outburst. Second best is destroying a land. If he spell pierces, I'll still have enough up. So let's see if I can get it. Yes, that was the win. Okay. Still doesn't have a lot of creatures. Probably this is still my best bet. The ley lines would be very powerful against him. He's choosing. I'm not mulliganing because I have that. Which gets rid of his discard hate. Wish I had a little bit more cycling. I don't know if he's not happy with his hand. Was that supposed to be an obscenity, or is he really just putting in a period? I like to mulligan. No. Drew into a pretty good land. Could be something said for using the catacombs to trigger off, but he's got Delver. I can get into a little bit of a cycle. Maybe that's the right terminology for it, I don't know. And potentially let's see, you gonna show me something? Nope. So he has a glut of land. It's going to be drawing extra cards that way. I think I'll just bring out the old swamp to diversify my mana. And here, probably the gorge. I guess I could bring out another catacombs so I could cycle it and get rid of, or do some deck thinning. Let's see what he plays, whether it opens up for a possible beast within. Is it going for the Goyf? is. So in response, let's go ahead and destroy his land. We don't really want a demonic at this point. But I think I kind of have to. With any luck, I'll get one more creature I could cycle before that. And I didn't. So maybe I can get a land I can cycle before that. Okay, so he might have Spell Pierce. If he does, forget about it. If he doesn't, we wipe his board. Sure enough, he does. And we can't cancel it. Yeah, he's down to 11. But he's going to be hitting us for a lot. I can click, really. Oh, but that's target player, I think. So he can't target us with the ley line. Get this to 5. Okay, so if he has a counter, which he almost assuredly does, we lose. If he doesn't, we fight another day. I think we just have to go for it. Here comes the Monolith. Oh. Okay, so he does have 3/1. Looking at his own hand since he can't target me. And he'll deal 3. And something else? Yes. Quite a bit. Something else. Okay. So then, is there any way for me to win this matchup? What cards do I have that I'm not even thinking of? If any. Double Sulfur Elemental is interesting. Not that I have a white creature, but... So I have to Beast Within his click. do it now. If I do it at his turn, he can probably counter it, so I probably have to do it now. That'll give him a 3/3 to attack with. Go. That's the best we can do. Then we hope to get a situation where he attacks in, all out attacks in. I can block the beast. Forest. See what we can do. Just delaying the inevitable. Okay. So here, I could attack in. My guy to try to knock him down. If I can get him to equip that. Alright. And then get him to attack again. It was definitely a nitty-gritty fight to the finish. But that does give me a blocker. Which buys me another round. And it didn't get me there. It was a good fight. It's definitely something worth fighting for. Okay, protection from green, protection from black. Neither one of those guys can stop him. Can't get any closer than that. And the sword is going to be the death of me. So what do we have going? Nothing for a while. Wasn't going to help. Okay, well, it was close against a deck that I really don't match up well with. Living End versus blue-black control. I'll see you in round 2.